Thousands of people in Dunedin must avoid tap water for at least 4 days after untreated water from an old reservoir poured through their taps. The Dunedin City Council declared a drinking water alert this morning, forcing the city's hospital to get in fresh supplies and gear up for a possible influx of sick people. The council is hoping, of course, this won't be a repeat of the Havelock North water contamination crisis, which made 5,000 people sick a year ago, though it won't know for sure until tomorrow. Here's our Otago Southland reporter, Ian Telfer.
Dunedin's drinking water alert started ordinarily enough. Otago University student Martha Baird says she got a shock.
This morning I got up and just went to go fill up my drink bottle and went to the toilet, and it was all yellow water coming out of the taps and stuff. I thought it was a bit gross. So I just went down to the shop and brought a bottle of water. I just thought it was maybe our flat, and then I went to class this morning and everybody was talking about it.
And then the Dunedin City Council received dozens of complaints this morning, and by 10:30 put out a widespread alert for the central city and north end of town. Cafes stopped serving coffee, the dentistry school cancelled appointments, and council staff called rest homes and schools. Otago University issued a warning to its 20,000 staff and students. Government ministers were notified, including Dunedin-based Michael Woodhouse, who says it's too early to say how serious it is.
Premature to speculate, and I haven't had any advice about that. Obviously, I'm very concerned to ensure that all the people in the central and northern areas that are affected by this are aware. Schools, hospitals, there's a lot of businesses in that area, and obviously they'll need to know to take precautionary measures.
But the Dunedin City Council knew pretty quickly what caused it. Its chief executive, Sue Bidrose, called an early afternoon news conference to explain it had wrongly sent water from the disused Ross Creek Reservoir down old pipes into the drinking supply. Dr Bidrose says staff were trying to drain the reservoir into a creek, but ended up venting it through pipes the council thought it had closed off 30 years ago. She says no one yet knows the health risk.
Because this isn't a town supply reservoir, it hasn't been used for quite a long time, it's not tested, and it's not tested for drinking. So there is a health risk. The hospital are aware of this, and their civil defence bunker has been activated in case people get, for example, vomiting and diarrhoea. We don't know the level of risk because, simply put, we weren't testing this water because it wasn't supposed to be being drunk.
Dr Bidrose says samples of the water have been sent off for testing, but the result won't come back until the middle of tomorrow. Dunedin Hospital activated its Emergency Operations Centre in case hundreds of people fell ill, but so far there have been no reports of sickness. But the hospital was caught up itself and forced to switch to bottled water and getting fresh water from tankers. 2 schools are in the affected zone, along with 1,700 houses and more than 800 businesses. 8 tankers have been dispatched to supply drinking water at places around the city until 10 o'clock tonight. Supermarkets saw a run on bottled water, and they're bringing in more from Christchurch and Auckland. The council's Sue Bidrose warns people need to take extra precautions until at least Friday night.
We really want people to keep up boiling water for the next 3 days. We don't want people to start drinking it again, even if it looks clear, until we're sure that every skerrick of water and every potential bug is out of the pipe network.
Public health officials should know by tomorrow if this was just a scare or something more serious. In Dunedin for Checkpoint, Ian Telfer.